Well, that's the next part. Let's get it. Okay, that was not a good way to start the video. Not a good way to start the video. Let's go, man. Okay, never mind. He's not like the other ones. He's not like the other ones. He's not like the other ones. Alright.
I will break you this time, Batman!
Okay, he's like donkey punching the shit out of me. Okay, I'm understanding the pattern now. I'm understanding the pattern, okay. Probably should have got more health, but it's fine. Oh, no. Please. Oh, critical strike. I'm panicking. I'm not lying. I'm panicking. Please. All right, we got that one. We just have one more. We have one more. More boys. More boys. Whoop. Okay, so you can topple over them. I thought you couldn't do that in this one. Oh God! Please! I'm panicking like a bitch right now. Okay, that was dumb. I should not be alive right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Should not be alive. I'm not even gonna do a takedown right now. Please. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Alright, cool. Last one. Whew. You? Fuck you. Oh, I was about to take him out. Sweet. I seriously thought I was about to die. Damn, it took us like less than 2 minutes or less than 3 minutes to finish that boss fight, huh? I'm just that good, man.
Man, you okay?
I'm fine, Jim.
Look who's sneaking up on who now.
Gone. Must have gotten loose while Bane was throwing you around.
We need to get you off the island.
I'm not a rookie. I can handle myself. I will break you, Batman! Then the Bruja!
No, Bane. This time I break you.
Uh-oh. Backflip for style. If only he died.
Jim, get back to the mainland. It's too dangerous here.
I don't like leaving you here.
Well, that's tough.
Radio claims he's planted bombs all over Gotham. Gotham will panic. You're needed there.
We're ready to go now, sir.
Bane called Dr. Young Bruja. What does it mean?
It's Spanish for witch.
Uh-oh.
Oracle, go through the city's computers. Pull up all you can find on Dr. Young. I'll go through anything you find once I get to the cave.
A bat cave on Arkham Island?
I built it years ago. It's best to plan ahead for situations like this.
How'd you manage to keep this a secret?
It's me, remember?
So do you think Dr. Young's been experimenting with venom? The same chemical that turns Bane into that animal?
Yes, I'm worried. Bane seemed even more powerful than usual. Joker wants the venom, and that can only be trouble.
I'm heading to Dead Man's Point in Arkham North. I'll contact you once I'm in the Batcave.
Man, the rain looks amazing on him. I wonder if it looked anything like this back in 2000. What was it, 2009, 2010? Probably not. It's probably just because it's a remaster. Alright, so I am heading in the right direction.
It's the bat!
Jumpy kick! Swing for the fences. Damn it. I'm used to like the beatdown thing that they do in City. The uppercut was disgusting. There's like an uppercut that he does that's like so, like it's so dirty. He just like look, he takes his hand here, he takes his fist, and he just goes like. If you can catch that on the slow mo, it looks disgusting. I know where I'm going. One thing I hate about Arkham Asylum is the having to constantly look at your map. Oh my god. Is it because I don't have the back claw? Jesus, I can't speak. Guess we gotta go the other route, which is over here. Come on. Probably gonna lower this music a little bit.
He's here!
Reason being, YouTube's stupid. I'm kidding, YouTube. I love you. Oh, the critical strike is disgusting, bro. The bionic elbow. Rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes. Dusty. Yeah, I'm not a fan of what Cody's doing right now. I'm not gonna lie. Rather, I'm not a fan of what they're doing with Cody.
Yeah, I know. I once saved an unfortunate inmate from leaping off into the rocks below. I found a cave entrance and over the years have moved a number of supplies here. It's a regular home away from home.
There's more here. But yeah, I saw the new World Heavyweight Championship that they unveiled, but I'm not a fan of. Here's the thing: the unification shit pisses me off every time they do it, because they've done this twice already, 3 times if you want to count the undisputed WWE Championship back when what the hell was it? I can't remember. I don't know if they actually unified that one back when Chris Jericho was the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. WWE World Heavyweight Champion, I think. But they already did that with, who was it, Randy Orton? Or they already did it with Brock Lesnar. And they're doing it again with the Universal. The Universal Championship I already hated. Because it's one of those things where I'm not gonna lie, it's one of those things where the change just bothers me, because I'm so used to hearing World Heavyweight Champion or World promotion champion like TNA World Heavyweight Champion or WWE World Champion. Like, I'm so used to hearing that when I heard the Universal Champion, I'm like, you're doing too much. You really are doing too much. And if you want to make a Universal Championship, fine. But there doesn't need to be 3 main titles on 2 rosters, if that makes sense. If you're gonna do the unification thing, do the fucking unification thing, man. Like, the unification thing is fine, but like, stick through it. Because Roman Reigns, I get he's like a juggernaut, but with that being said, he has 2 titles, so he needs to be defending each individual title. Like, he needs to do, if you're gonna have him keep 2 belts, that's fine, but on a, like, for instance, on a pay-per-view, you have the WWE World Championship, and then you have the WWE Universal Championship. If he's gonna hold both belts, he needs to defend both belts individually, because then that just takes away it takes away the importance of him having 2 belts if he's not defending both of the belts individually, in my opinion. So when he's doing one match at like SummerSlam, for instance, and he's defending both belts at the same time, it kind of defeats the purpose of him having both belts, and it doesn't make it seem as important, if that makes sense. That's just my 2 cents. Because the whole reason why he was seen as, you know, this quote-unquote badass, is because he ended up winning both belts. But if he's not defending both belts individually, like he's not going on SummerSlam and doing a match for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he's not doing the Universal Championship match, again, it defeats the purpose of him having both of the belts. Now, I understand, like, yeah, cut him down. Now, I understand. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Now, I understand, like, it's not an easy thing. It's deceased. I understand, like, it's not an easy task for a professional wrestler to do 2 matches in a row. That's actually pretty daunting, and it's damn near, like, abusive. But again, I really don't care about Roman Reigns having 2 championships if he's not going to defend both of the championships individually. It just makes no sense to me. Oh, fuck. That's why I like the idea of having a World Heavyweight Champion, but I don't like the idea of having 3 main championships on 2 brands, because then one is just going to not be as important as the other. Like, it's just not. So I think they need to unify, in my opinion, they need to unify the belts and make one singular champion, WWE Universal Champion. Like, that would make sense, because that's usually the stepping stone for what they've done every single unification, is they give a new belt. Because I like the World Heavyweight Championship. Don't get me wrong, I love the design. I really do. I love the design. I just think it's pointless to do. It really is. There's already 2 main show belts, or there's already 2 belts that are mainstays. So why would you mess with that? In my opinion, the Universal Championship should have never even been a thing. But that's just me bitching. Because I genuinely think it's stupid. I'm gonna be honest, I think it's stupid. Alright, I think I'm here. I think it's through here. Yep.
My family's blood ran through the heart of Gotham. We were doctors, politicians, and teachers. We have been the organ, cleaning the arterial filth from the city. We have been its servants, giving all to protect it. And still it has chosen to hurt us.
But honestly, I'm gonna stop talking about wrestling because I don't know if like all of my fan base, my two fans like talking about wrestling. They're probably like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up." Yeah, that's just my bitching for the 10 minutes or 15 minutes that I've been talking about wrestling.
Of course you found that one easy. You were supposed to.
If you're into wrestling, comment down your favorite wrestler. I have a top 10, or I have a top 5 favorite list that's always the same. My top 5 list has not changed. It's been the same since I was about 12. Fire. Superhero landing, okay. But,
Disabling countermeasures. Security deactivated.
I might as well just let you know my favorite 5 wrestlers and then I'll stop talking about wrestling. So it's in no particular order, except for one, which is my all-time favorite, which is biased because it's my first top pick. Excuse me, I'm running high on caffeine. Favorite wrestler of all time is Rey Mysterio. But then when we're getting into professional wrestling, the conversation, it goes Rey Mysterio, Tyson Kidd, Samoa Joe, Low-Ki, and then a cat by the name of JT Dunn, which is actually from the New England area, which is where I was raised. And he had a tag team with Chris Hero called Death by Elbow, which is my favorite tag team of all time. Which is more of an indie scene type of deal with wrestling, but go watch PWG and watch their match with the Young Bucks. One of the best matches ever. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla in Los Angeles, California, has some crazy matches. Is it Los Angeles, California? It's in California, I believe. But crazy ass matches. Crazy ass matches. To this day, their PWG matches are still great.
It was big. Lots of external funding. Here are the last notes she filed. I can't make sense of it. What does it mean?
Looks like she was experimenting on the Arkham patients. This new chemical only barely resembles the original venom compound.
There are a number of changes that appear to amplify the strength of the drug. Multiple references to a Titan formula. Even a small amount could trigger a venom-like transformation in the host, eliminating the need for the storage tank Bane requires.
Hang on. These notes aren't complete. The formula is missing. That must be the secret Dr. Young is hiding. If Joker gets his hands on this, he will create an army of 1,000 Banes.
Uh-oh.
God, is Joker crazy enough to do that? What am I
Grabbing a
saying?
back claw?
You've got to stop him.
Let's go. Hell yeah. Excited. I am excited. But yeah, a little pro wrestling homework if you want to watch some great matches.
She was heading to the mansion with cash. I'm going up top via the catacombs.
I just said I was going to stop talking about wrestling, but I'm very passionate about wrestling. That is one of the few things that I'm actually very passionate about. I love professional wrestling. Little homework if you want to get into watching some professional wrestling or getting into watching a little bit of the indie scene. ROH, so Ring of Honor, and go watch I don't know why I did that. Go watch a tag team match between Roderick Strong and Austin Aries versus the Briscoes. It is a phenomenal match. Great technical wrestling, great just intensity. And then one match that I really loved that got me into the technical aspects of wrestling, and one of the reasons why Tyson Kidd is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, is his match between Michael McGillicuddy in the early seasons of NXT. So go and watch his NXT match from like 2012, 2011 against Michael McGillicuddy. It is one of the best matches technically that I've seen. He has 2 or 3 matches between him.
A little longer to find them than you figured it would.
Oh, I'm
by a week. That's gonna hurt.
And if you want to see some great promos, not really wrestling, because sometimes I just like watching promos. Like, I love professional wrestling. I love the wrestling aspect, but sometimes like the mic work is overshadows the professional wrestling, in my opinion. If you want to see some great mic work, look up compilations of Samoa Joe. That's part of the reason he is one of my favorite wrestlers. Not even just his intensity, his mic work is phenomenal. He is probably, in my opinion, up there for top 10 promo artists of all time.
Is he here yet?
Uh-oh.
You're kidding me, right? That thing's not made.
I've been digging deeper into Dr. Young.
Damn it.
According to her bank records,
We'll listen to that
there were
later.
multiple payments starting last April until 2 months ago. Then nothing. The payments came from a company owned by Mr. Jack White.
One of Joker's oldest aliases. So, Joker pays Dr. Young to create his army, and then all of a sudden he stops. Doesn't make any sense.
And also, the reason why Rey Mysterio is my favorite professional wrestler of all time. He's the one that got me into professional wrestling. And honestly, I don't know. He was just, his matches with Eddie Guerrero are like freaking legendary. But also it has to do with the fact that he really pioneered a lot of high flyers to come to the States and do what they did. He wasn't the pioneer, but he was one of the pioneers. And his work with LWO back in WCW is honestly pretty dope. Oh, there's Killer Croc.
You rip your flesh like paper.
Oh. And his tag team matches with, also his tag team matches with Edge back when they were tag team champions. I've done my fair share of wrestling history. I was like my fair share of like studying professional wrestling. Great, really great run. And back when Eddie died, that was a tough one, man. Because their matches that they had back in, even back in WCW, back in Halloween Havoc, I think they won Match of the Year. Really phenomenal match. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and look that up, because it is a... I can't say enough great things about that match. And it's also like he's just a genuinely good human being.
Dr. Young's account didn't stop exactly. They were declined. Dr. Young put a block on her account.
Sounds like she had a change of heart. She tried to block the payments. Joker doesn't like it when his partners try to back out.
So he decided to get himself back to Arkham, find his formula, and create the army himself.
Exactly.
Some detective work. But yeah, it also has to do with like Rey Mysterio just being a genuinely good person. Like I'm of the belief that if you have anything,
I hacked into her email accounts. Two mails stand out. The first is a resignation letter dated last week. Sounds like she was trying to get away.
And the second?
A message from Joker. Well, Jack White. It's a long thread. She's begging to stop the experiment. Says it's too dangerous. He's not listening. Let's see. Random threats to her family, a couple of bad jokes, a picture of a dead baby, and a threat.
Go on.
He says, I'm coming for you, I want what I paid for. And then another joke about wheelchairs. Lovely. And a drawing of some kind of donkey.
No mystery why she's so scared. I'm coming up to the surface. I'll find her.
but anyways, like I was saying, I'm of the belief that if you have anything bad to say, if you have anything bad to say about Rey Mysterio, you're 100%. It's either you're the problem or you're just lying. Because that dude is a genuinely good guy. I met him before as a fan when I was at a show back when I was like, what was it? I think it was like 18 or 19. And he's just a genuinely good guy. I don't have a lot of heroes, but he is one of my heroes. I absolutely adore Rey Mysterio. I'm so glad that he made it into the Hall of Fame because that dude's legacy and his matches speak for themselves. Like he 100% earned the right to be in the Hall of Fame. Which it kind of sucks that they just like threw people in the Hall of Fame like the Bella Twins. That was really stupid. I was not a fan of that. That kind of diluted. Not even kind of. It really did dilute what it meant to be in the Hall of Fame. Well, so much for that. Alright, I gotta get the line. I saw a podcast that was talking about the Bella Twins being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Or... yeah, the WWE Hall of Fame. Where they were like, it means nothing now. It means nothing to be in the Hall of Fame now.
Patient name, Waylon Jones, a.k.a. Killer Croc.
So, is this the part where you try and reason with me? Find out why I did it, Doc?
We're here to help you, Mr. Jones.
You got a cure for me then, Doc? Can you make me normal?
Normal is a poor choice of words. No one's free.
Oh, Jesus. And I saw I saw that they inducted the Great Muta also into the Hall of Fame, but not even but I'm just glad they did that because it was the Great Muta that like the matches with Great Muta that put so many of WWE's Hall of Famers on the map. I believe Jushin Thunder Liger was one of them. Ric Flair, like he.
I put a few surprises along the way if he decides to turn up and spoil the fun. Okay, you're shot in the dark, don't worry. There's very little chance of you getting hurt. Still, you might want to check your health insurance. Who am I kidding? You don't have any.
Snipers. Looks like the Blackgate thugs have access to the armory.
So much for that. But I'm glad they put him on the map. Corey Graves said it, said it himself. Like the Great Muta has worked with so many Hall of Famers and put like matches with them, put them on the map. That I don't even think he needed to be in WWE for him to be put in the Hall of Fame. I really don't think so. And when they ended up doing that with Sting, where they ended up having to do like a SummerSlam debut, I think, or even just like doing matches with him and Triple H just for him to be put in the Hall of Fame, I think that was kind of pointless because he already had a legacy himself. Like it doesn't matter if he was in WWE or not. Like he is a Hall of Famer, period. Like he did so many great matches with WWE talent that is in the Hall of Fame to this day that I think that is a good enough accolade for him to be put in the Hall of Fame. I really think it is. Because you gotta understand, like WCW was bought out by WWE. And he was in WCW, I believe at the time. I could be wrong. But when you're bringing over accolades that happen in WCW and bringing them over to legitimize wrestlers that were in WWE at the time, for instance, Booker T being a 5-time world champion, 5 times that he was a world champion, or so, I think it was like 3 or 4 of the times that he was a world champion was in WCW. So if you're going to bring over those accolades and let people know that they're a world champion in another organization, technically at the time he wasn't even bought out by WWE because WCW wasn't purchased when he was a world champion. If you're going to bring over those accolades, you might as well put those people in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Sorry, that was a little bit passionate, but that was a little bit more passionate than I was trying to be, but yeah, like, and it goes back to the whole Ric Flair thing. Like, they're always like Ric Flair was a 16-time world champion. Well, he was, but he wasn't a 16-time world champion in WWE. So if you're gonna go by that logic, then refer to other people that are in the organization as former world champions themselves. It doesn't matter if they were a world champion in TNA or even like PWG. If you're gonna take those accolades and bring them over to WWE to legitimize talent, you might as well do that with other wrestlers, because that's a hypocritical thing to do. If you're not gonna recognize accolades of other wrestlers, but you're gonna do it for Ric Flair, then that's kind of hypocritical. Because yes, he was a 16-time world champion, but he wasn't a 16-time world champion in WWE.
Detective has solved a mere 10% of my challenges.
There you go.
Are you ready to give up yet?
10%? Jesus. But I'll see you guys later. Sorry about the wrestling talk. That was... I get a little bit passionate about professional wrestling, but I'm going to try to keep that to a minimum because we're doing a Batman playthrough. But I will see you guys in the next video, so take it easy.